Hey friends, welcome back to the Art Channel. Alex Merchant here for yet another tour of a contemporary art fair. Once a year, the contemporary art world descends upon South Beach for Miami Art Week. There are tons of contemporary art fairs and exhibitions going on around the city at this time, and the Untitled Art Fair is on the sandy shores of Miami Beach, looking out on the Atlantic so you get some very pristine, wonderful blue wave ocean views. The fair was founded in 2012. Over 145 international galleries and organizations, nonprofits are at this fair. It's the 10th edition of the show, and the fair is really taken off over the past decade. Among the exhibition booths, you'll also find podcast sessions, programs, performances during the run dates of November 29th through December 24th. Given this most celebratory 10-year mark of the fair, Artistic Director Omar López-Chahoud brought on 4 guest curators to expand the curatorial presentation of the fair. Natasha Becker, Miguel A. Estrellita, Brodsky, and José Falconi. Untitled Art Fair is one of my favorite contemporary art fairs during Miami Art Week, and just in general, I think the artists, galleries, and curators are making some of the most dynamic and engaging artwork out there. There's plenty to see, touch, and talk about. Okay, so let's do that thing we always do and walk around together, and I'll mention a thing or two that catches my eye, but there's much more to behold than I have time to mention, so pardon if I do not cover every single piece. If you see an artist's work or gallery that you particularly like, please leave a comment down below for all of us to engage together, sharing the information, you know? Oh, and if you'd like to see artwork from marquee contemporary art fairs for the week, I'll leave a link down below for the Miami Art Basel video in the description. All right, let's get in there. Okay. What is this mishigas? These cringe and creepy characters here, what is this? Why, these are the drawings by none other than Camilo Restrepo, presented by Steve Turner Gallery. Camilo has a series of 503 portraits titled The Other Names. A native Colombian, Camilo's drawings represent actual Colombian criminal aliases from publicly known criminals. The drawings portray narcos, paramilitary and guerrilla group members, hitmen, gang members, corrupt politicians, and isolated petty criminals. Each drawing also includes the collaged actual newspaper clipping that was the starting point for each work. I appreciate the bizarre, twisted infusion of humor into an obviously very brutal subject matter. In my opinion, the best art repackages familiar concepts into new perspectives to elicit alternative emotions and access to neural pathways previously untapped. And these do that for me. So, nice work, Camilo. And next to Camilo, some fine-looking fiber work by Alvaro Gomez Campuzano. Originally from Bogota, Colombia, with a background in landscape architecture, he's been working and exhibiting as an artist internationally for over 4 decades, y'all. I love this work because of its elegant sense of space and implied lines. The mobile fibers gently move with the air, and the more muted colors give the work a more solid, grounded feeling. The wall-mounted works are minimalistic in their design and perfect for a calm reprieve from the chaos that we just saw in Camilo's work next to it. Good juxtaposition of forms in the initial entryway here. Here we get a tripped out experience of interwoven 4D animations. And if you're not familiar with the term 4D, that means 4 dimensions, the dimensions being height, width, length, and the 4th dimension of time. Sophia has moving objects here, slowly coursing through the picture frame. Their colors, patterns, and integration of images feels like an anatomical dreamscape. This is also known as generative visual art. I love this stuff. Richard Ibke and Mary Lou Lemons are Canadian artists who really know their way around the manifestation of abstract ideas into the physical. They work with forms of knowledge such as the economy, the magic of statistics, scientific models, and laboratory experiments. Here we see a cheeky, satirical rendering of major concepts and memes from recent decades, coupled with short, farcical written descriptions. I got a good kick out of these, especially the birth of Barack Obama from presumably an African giraffe and the Tokyo Olympics anti-sex beds. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's the thing about this work. As always, I'll leave a link down below so you can check out more of Richard and Mary Lou at Jane Lombard Gallery. Over here at Claire Oliver Gallery, I'm loving these almost iridescently blue highlights on the black men featured in these portraits by Robert Peterson. These are oil on canvas. These line drawings are by Gio Swaby, short for Giovanna, I learned. Her work centers on the intersection of the black and female experience. She notes that black women can often be both hypervisible to the outside world and also not truly seen. We can sense that duality in her work here. Deep, deep work here by Gio. And the award for the most ostentatiously welcoming booth of the whole art fair goes to L21 Gallery from España, or Spain. A lot of folks had to stop and take notice of this whimsical living room set design by artist Richard Woods. The color palette is a deliriously delicious sky blue, inviting you to take notice of the artwork adorning the walls. Artwork from the other artists represented by L21 include Fatima Dewan, Jordi Ribe, and Mira Mackay. Check out the links in the description for more. Okay, showstopper here. These works are by Stacy Lee Weber at Bertrand Productions, a Philadelphia-based gallery. Really brought down the house with the collectors, man, I'll tell you. Stacy needlepoints various alternative characters over various dead prezzies. Dollars, cash, money. Every viewer had the same question. Are you really allowed to denigrate, besmirch, and debase our nation's currency like this? Well, yes. See, you're not allowed to change or produce US currency with the intent to create counterfeit cash. But if you're altering it in a way to clearly set it apart as something not really money, then your boy Jerome Powell over at the Fed does not care. You stitch away, Stacy. I love these because in general, I know money is fake. A piece of paper signifying value is just kind of a bizarre concept, and that absurdity carries over into these works by Stacy. I've been a fan of Bertrand Productions for years now, and they have an arsenal of artists worth checking out. Joseph LaRue owns the gallery along with Stacy. You can see Joe's work here. He's a master of printmaking, and I love the way he layers screens over and over to get the feeling of vibration from these crowds of concert fans. Aidan Rumack is a talented mixed media artist who experiments with weird, funky materials like eggshells, bubble wrap, lit matchsticks, windshield wipers, and dead insects, to name but a few. Check out these bats here he's working on, drawn on scratch-off subtractive materials. Morgan Sims creates these gnarly drip paintings of celebrity portraits, really wacky textures up close. Another of New York City's finest, our Lower East Side friends from Bitform's gallery, are here at South Beach. And they brought even more heat to the beach. I am especially drawn to the work by Daniel Rosen. He's an Israeli artist living and working in New York. This work featured here is an example of his reflective mirrors that use cameras to read the presence of the viewer and respond to their movements. I don't know how he does it, but I'm impressed and I really want one of these. Really, really bad. I looked over at Pentimenti Gallery, straight out of Philly, and I see work by my main dude, Brandon Donahue. I'd recognize these iconic basketball flowers from anywhere, from a mile away. Brandon and I went to grad school together, and I've always appreciated his ability to weave aspects of cultural ritual and semiotics into his own lived experiences. He is a very calm, even-keeled, and light temperament individual, and I read that in these symmetrical radial forms. Brandon is also really freaking talented with an airbrush too, and his large murals are outstanding. I'll leave a link in the description if you'd like to see and check out more of my friend's work. We have a painting smorgasbord here from Galeria MPA, hailing from Madrid. What I enjoy about these paintings by Santiago Geralda is their lush all-overness. These deep landscapes look full and rich, making me want to run through their hills and valleys. What feels like a psychedelic jungle of deep foliage also has an air of delight with a little hidden door tucked away. I'm a big fan of these paintings. And here we have Turn Gallery, from the Bahamas no less. They brought with them several talented artists. I especially appreciated these sculptural wall pieces by Kendra Farrup. She's included a mix of textures that I gravitate to. Check out a link below for Turn Gallery. On the program for the fair, they also had some interviews on their Untitled Art podcast. I'll leave a link to the podcast below as well. Thanks for coming along with me on the tour of the Untitled Art Fair. If you liked what you saw, please give a thumbs up. It really helps more artists, creatives, and art lovers like us find this channel. Please consider subscribing if you want to get more tours of contemporary art galleries and art fairs this year, 2022. For you all, I'm glad to take you along with me. It's no burden at all. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We can do this all the time. All right, thanks everybody. I appreciate your time. And until the next one, take it easy and stay creative.